Welcome back to the Garden Report Live, Part 2, brought to you by Indochino Custom Menswear. We are here on the Garden for the first regular season game of the season. And of course, Jaylen Brown made his NBA debut tonight. And that went really well. I mean, he didn't have a perfect game, but he made every type of play. They utilized him in so many different situations on offense. He had a great block on Joe Harris driving. Joe Harris made a great move, who deceptively always gets to the lane, and then Jaylen was just waiting there for him. Jaylen showed that he can do almost everything on the court.
And he had a great almost dunk. I mean, I think he would have tore the roof off this building if that thing. I still think he was about 5 feet short of the rim coming up on that dunk.
He actually was about 5 feet short.
Well, he got fouled though, yeah. So I'll give him the 50. It was a 50-50 chance that I was going down. Listen, the last time I was in this building, because I didn't make the preseason games, the last time I was in this building, Jaylen Brown was announced as the Celtics draft pick, and the boos rained down in here. And I said on camera after the show, after the draft, I said, when did Celtics fans become Knicks fans? Why is everybody booing this kid? I don't think they were booing the kid. I think what they were doing was they were booing the fact that they all wanted the pick to be traded.
They're booing the event.
They were booing the fact that the pick was made, a trade didn't happen. But now might be a little bit of a different story after seeing more eyes on this kid, seeing what he's capable of. This has been, in my opinion, I would say, the most exciting draft pick since, dare I say, Paul Pierce.
Yeah, no, that's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was big on Al Jefferson. That worked out pretty nicely.
No, absolutely, but you don't scream excitement when you watch Al Jefferson. You know what I mean?
You don't. I do.
I do. I'm more of a swing player type guy. You're more of a low post type guy.
I love that fancy footwork. But what I love about Jaylen was his post play tonight. Was that they brought him into the game and ran, I think it was 4 straight plays trying to set him up on the block, where he would start in the corner, get a cross screen to position on the weak side block, and then the first couple of times they gave him the ball and they made something happen out of it. And then as Brooklyn keyed in on that, it opened up so many shots. We had Tyler Zeller, the God, had a wide open 18-footer. I had to say it before we went on air. Tyler Zeller had some great opportunities. I mean, both in the pick and roll and just getting action off of the attention that Jaylen was getting. But Jaylen served as that gravitating force when they were able to make him the feature guy in the second with the second unit.
It's good to see Brad already trusting him in those situations. I mean, yeah, we can talk about how the fourth quarter, very iffy there towards down the stretch, but that he's already been trusted to get kind of big minutes early in his first career game. That goes to show, the work he's put in over the offseason and preseason, and Stevens has, like I said, that trust in him to put him out there in the second unit. He's going to be a big part of this team. He really is going to be a big part of this team. I think Danny Ainge is a huge fan of his, obviously, and he's also wearing short shorts now. So we've got that going for us. He's going to be bringing it back. I think you're going to see more and more guys, young guys maybe in the college game, start going short shorts.
I mean, he's got flat top and short shorts. What more can you ask for him?
Renaissance man. I mean, we knew that going in. We knew he was an old school type guy. He's had an old soul, interesting fellow. I think you're gonna see that he's an interesting guy the further the season goes.
All right. Well, this has been an interesting episode of the Garden Report Live, brought to you by Indochino Menswear. So for James, Jimmy Toscano,
yes.
I'm Jared Weiss, Jeremy behind the camera. We will see you after the next game next Wednesday against Chicago with Rajon Rondo.
Back.
And reportedly RJ Hunter as well. So it's going to be a nice little reunion on the Garden Report.
Wow.
We will see you next week. Don't forget Indochino code GARDEN. You show up at their showroom on Newbury Street in Boston. You say my name, you say GARDEN, and just make it rain.
Well, the Bulls need shooting, so.
And they probably could use some new suits too.
And they could use a coachable player. I think RJ Hunter is a coachable player.
All right, well, we'll find out next time on the Garden Report Live.